Hi there, it's Laurie. This is a video about using up scraps. I want to welcome all those subscribers, the new ones, those that have been here for a long time. Welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. And let's make February fun. I finished Junk Journal January. Hang on, I'm just reaching for the journal. There is a flip through on my channel. I'll link below. But now I have the scraps and I want to use the scraps because I want to reset my craft cart. It's a 3-tier craft cart and I always reset it when it's time to do another project. I'll show you what my next project is very soon. But the scraps that I'm using, I have a few full-page digitals that I printed off that I'm using in this new journal. And if you want to see how this journal is put together, it's from Natasha's latest at Treasure Books, her latest video. It's really cool and it's easy. I had started a cover and I just wasn't into it. It was like, no, I don't want to use up scraps in a cover. I'll use this for something else. And then I watched her video and I was like, yes, I can do this. This is easy. This is good for scraps. This page here and this page here, I used up the long, thin strips and made the cover. There's no real cover. You see how it opens wherever it opens all the way. Isn't that exciting? Now when you're using up scraps, you make pockets, you use up leftover or multiple digitals that were envelopes. See, this is an envelope and I can put it on a edge of a page. And what else can you do? Pockets, yep, and some tags that I didn't use in the actual journal, and then I can decorate the tag. Things are ready, things are half done. Opportunities are there to put all kinds of things together. I have my 2 buckets where I pile in the items that I want to use up, and I want to switch out because I'm doing another project for February. I'll show you what it is. Here it is. It's with Dear Julie, and she has apparently a challenge every month. For February, what she's doing and suggesting is to do a journal from a little golden book and another child's book. So I'm ready to do this. Well, I have to gather all the items from my craft room boxes, but I have a start with some of her digitals and the list of things to do. I'll link below to where you can find out more about this next project. So you're going to see this on Friday. But in the meantime, I really want to use up my digitals that I've printed out so that I can feel as though, yes, this project truly is finished. So, using the leftovers, whether it's to make a pocket, put in tags that are prepared, whether it's using up items like envelopes that are already done or half done, like this. So I want to put this is a beautiful tag, and I want to put this on the back of the tag and then slide in some of these cards that are all tea-dyed. So I have embellishing things that are already made. Oh, things are falling over on my desk, sorry. And adding clusters and adding dangles. So here's a little dangle I made from the leftover bits. See, this is the ribbon I had and some offcuts of the digitals and a little bit of lace that I used on the first page and a little butterfly. on a bulb pin and I can attach it to something on a page. So that's 3 ways to use up your bits and pieces to move on to the next project. And you know how to do this. This isn't difficult. It just takes a little bit of extra time. And I have to say, this style of journal that I have here, that Natasha showed in her latest video, is brilliant. It's so easy and quick, and you don't have to worry about a cover. So I can stick some of these little tags in here, these little things that I've made up already. This one even has a hole in it to, well, maybe I'll save that for something else. Okay, so there's some little tags in a tag belly band, and that can get put on the edge of a page. So in this very easy to make, very quick to make journal that opens all the way, I forget what I was going to say. Well, you get the idea. Papers, digitals. I painted these with the paint colors that I had out. I painted the papers and let them dry. And what else is there? There is tea-dyed paper, and I have this multimedia paper because I want to do more painting on here. So those are the items. There's 3 signatures, and look at Natasha's video if you want to see how it's put together. All right, let's put a tuck in here. Isn't this pretty? I like this. Where should we put it? Let's put this tuck here. And when I have a tag, then I can just put it in the tuck. Now, a long time ago, someone said, if you hold the sides you do not want to glue, you won't get mixed up. So, if I'm thinking about it, that's what I do. Here is a bottom tuck, and I can put a tag in there. Bada boom, bada bing. Yeah, more plain one would look good. This is the basket of items that I still have left. Put that in there. Put this in here. Yeah, I think we'll put this in there. That looks nice. What do you do with your leftovers? Do you make things to go like that? And let's put this on there. Do you make things to go in other journals, or do you make a new journal and do all the extra stuff? Yeah, I do both. It depends how in love with the papers I am. Sometimes I keep them in a glue book kind of style. Sometimes I do make a new journal because I'm just not ready to be finished with the end product. All right, let's glue this on the side here, and it can dangle. Apparently not as well as what I hoped. All right, so maybe a dangle on here isn't going to work as well. Let's try something else. How about a wax seal? That can go on there. That's interesting. And we'll make this into a, now hold the parts you don't want to glue. I don't want to glue these. I want to glue this and this. All right, and then something can be tucked in behind, and because I made a hole, let's put on the wax seal with maybe some lace. I think I have a little bit of lace left. There it is. There's just a scrap of lace. Here. Less. How are you doing? Are you doing well? Have you finished something, completed something this year, or are you still working diligently to finish? I participated in a collaboration with Cara Brandon and many other wonderful creators. And we did a craft room reset and I talked about momentum, keeping that reset idea going for you. And I showed my craft room and my face. This is the first time I did that. That was interesting. All right, so we've used up one of these. Let's put the lid back on. And I can tuck something pretty in behind, like so. All right, let's go to another spot. Still have to use this up. I think I'm going to hang it from something fabric-y. So here's some of the fabric that I used in the journal. And I'm going to cut it with the, what do you call it? Pinking shears. And I'll hang it from here. So. Sorry, you can hear the tap, tap, tap. That is snow melting. Here in North Carolina, we got a huge amount of snow. Huge for us, not for up north or the mountains, but huge for us, and it's still around, and it's slowly melting because it is extremely cold. Yeah, I've lived in North Carolina off and on for the last couple decades. It's hard to consider that it's been that long, but it has. We did traveling in between. We were living in an RV for 5 years, traveling full time. But yeah, our address was still North Carolina. So I've never experienced it this cold. We usually have snow once or twice a year. But this is extraordinary, the cold. All right, so now that's one way to use up extras. It's a dangle. You can see it's just bits and pieces. And let's try, we have a pocket here. Let's put a tuck. No, I don't want to use that as a tuck. What can I use as a tuck? Or a belly band. This would make a nice belly band. This is watercolor paper. No, it's not. It's this paper, multimedia paper. And I just did blobs of watercolor and added salt, and the salt sucks up the watercolor, and you can see such a cool, different, specialty kind of effect that So if you don't have background papers of your own, bring out Even inexpensive watercolors work well for this. Okay, let's put this on as a belly band. Here and here. The nice part about doing a extra journal, a use it up kind of journal, is truly you don't have to be as rigid about your process. If something goes wrong, that's okay. It's not a tragedy. It's just experimentation. I'm going to fold this over like a little tab because I can. So I'm going to encourage you that if you have bits and pieces left over in folders or in boxes or just hanging around, make an extra journal and play. Truly play with the paper that you have. And it's okay if it doesn't turn out perfectly, and it's okay if you experiment and you think to yourself, ugh, I wish I hadn't done that. It's okay, really. This is about having fun with your leftovers. Do you do that with leftovers, kitchen leftovers, food leftovers? Do you have fun with it? Fun with them? Yeah, it's something kind of similar. Use what you have, use up what you have, and have fun with it. I'm going to let this dry. So, join me on Friday. I might show you a quick run through of how I've used up all the bits and pieces, but you get the idea. And I'll show you the start of this Dear Julie experience. Bye for now. Oh, if you're wondering what this is the sign language for I love you. Our daughter is a sign language interpreter, and so I do that now and again. Bye.